Happy today. I am William Brown from IamWilliamBrown.com. This is the Happy Today morning reflections, morning meditation show. It's a little, I don't know if it's warmer out here today, but it is definitely not as cold as it's been. I've tried to do it today without my cap, and without doing anything to my hairs either. So that's fun. So the birds are up. The birds are participating in all of this. So my conversation. Thank you. My conversation this morning. The card that I picked for us to reflect on this morning is I am complete. It's a very interesting thing today, and how I'm responding to that is because like I've said many a times, I feel it here. I know it somewhere uh, in my head and in my heart that that is true. That I'm complete. It's just understanding what that means and how I show up in my completeness, and recognizing that my um, even areas where I'm not aware of my completeness doesn't mean that I am lacking it. It is that I'm just not aware of it. There's a lot of things that I believe that we have that we're not aware of, or that um, we don't remember that we have, but we act as if we don't have it. Um, and so um, then it's a nice little surprise, I guess. Um, Yesterday was an interesting day because I was working. Um, I started working on my Happy Today book, and Melissa. I don't know if Melissa's on yet, but she was brainstorming some of the subtitles, and I really liked one of them. I can't remember what it was, but it is definitely on the list. So there's like 5 sections in the book, and I completed one, and I started getting hung up on the second section, but I'm going to finish that this morning. And you know what? The good thing about this book is that it's like ready to come out now, and so um, I think embracing my I am complete, complaining that this book is complete. I don't need to worry about it. I don't need to wait. If you did not watch yesterday's conversation about weight, I think that was that was an amazing conversation, and it really helped me in some areas. Waiting, or, or just wait, not even putting an ing to it, um, is an action. We are spending energy when we wait. There's an active. It is active when in wait. And the more that we recognize that either we're going to expend energy moving forward or waiting, um, we're just going to expend the energy doing what we need to do. So yeah, that was a big thing for me yesterday, to realize that there is energy um, in my waiting. I'm expending energy waiting. There's a feeling that there is when we're waiting, we're doing nothing, we're pausing. But there's energy. There's energy. There's something happening in there. We have a big word. I think we go from transformation to wait to today sovereignty. Sovereignty is like one of those 25-cent words, right? But it's uh, there's a number of things that that's coming up in our elections, and just how my life is showing up. You know, is my life my own? you know, is there a level of independence? Is there liberty? Is there power in my life? And just kind of looking at that, and so I'm really excited about this um, this conversation that I'm having today at 11 at 11 a.m. on One Word Conversations. So yeah, I I think I started yesterday with a theme of there was pet peeves, and I wasn't feeling a theme for today, um, so I didn't force it. And so the days that I'll have a theme, days the days that I'll do it, the days that I don't, I won't. And it is um, really, if I force this, it's like if I try to make these conversations something that they're not, um, then it'll be work. Then I'll be obsessing over um, uh, making themes for today, making themes for the week, making all that other kind of stuff. And I just don't want to do that. Um, I I had a very, um, I guess, moving and powerful conversation with a dear friend of mine that is, you know, he's on this road of self discovery. Marriage just ended, and um, I don't know if it ended yet, but it's in the ending process. And he has been, um, it's caused him to look at himself, and I think that was that. Um, I've mentioned um, the thing from GI Joe. Knowing is half the battle. It's not true. Knowing is the beginning of the battle. Once we get an awareness, then we can decide if we're going to go into the battle. you know, we have choices. Um, I think for me, most of the times, the reason why I get um, so upset or disappointed when I'm in a battle, or when there's like a resistance of something, when I'm confronted with something, is because of that GI Joe. Knowing is half the battle. Because I think that one, I'm halfway through it, and it's just started, so that's one. Timing is off, and because of this knowing, I feel like I should know how to get through it. I should, there shouldn't be any confusion in what's happening. It's like, can you imagine getting into a fight and like halfway through it, you still don't know if the person leads with its left or its right? You're doomed, right? Type of thing. So I think the more that I let go that uh, lovely GI Joe knowing is half the battle crap, and go, it's like getting the knowing of myself um, will allow me to start the battle. Will allow me to kind of get in the arena, as they say, and 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 So what do we know when we're confronted? When we're confronted with something, do we um, do we know ourselves, or do we know that we're in a fight, that we're in a battle? That's interesting. I think that's why it's for me is the desire to help people know themselves. So at any point, anything goes down. Okay, I don't know what the hell this is, but I am in for it. I am down. I am going to be on the end of this. Um, there is there is a quote attributed to Mike Tyson that everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. I love that. I just because as a planner, right? So it kind of causes me um, to honor my plan and not honor my plan, to not get so worked up about it. And so, so yeah. So it's like, what am I going to do when I get punched in the face? What am I going to do when there is, um, when I'm confronted with something? It's like something that I expected and didn't expect. Because it's coming. It is coming. And the the section that I'm working on the Happy Today book today is what's called, myth busters. What do I believe about this that is it's just not the truth, or that I'm inviting you to embrace that it's not the truth. Let's just say that, because even though some of the myths around what happy is and what today, the power of today, I'm sure for every myth that I bust, you'll have, evidence that it's true. So, so it'll be fun to do that. And then I'll, look at the process of how I do it, what I think is important in it, and then how to maintain that, and then give you some things to look out for, give you some hacks that kind of go forward. So I'm excited. I'm excited about completing this and having this available to you. I want this available to you sooner rather than later because I want everyone to have a happy today. Morning, Melissa. I mentioned that you have been on the job already about the subtitles of my Happy Today book. That it is ready to come out, and I about a month or two ago, maybe even 3 months ago, sometimes. That was something that came up in my conversation yesterday around weight. Um, if I will wait, uh, if I believe I should wait, or if I will wait, it all comes down to my relationship of time, my relationship with time, um, and just this moment I got that because of my relationship with time, I had the idea for this book a number of months ago, and I let it go. I I felt that it wasn't time. I needed more information, and at the time, I thought the title of the book was from shit show to happy today. Right? That's what it caused, because um, that's how I got to my happy today. My understanding of happy today is because I went through some things, as they say, and I liked that. It was, but I didn't. I talk about it in the introduction about everything that was happening and not happening in my life. But um, I am, some people don't need to go through a shit show to get to their happy today. In some cases, um, that's um, that's why I'm writing the book. That's why I'm writing the book to you. If if you have gone through something, or if you're going through something, I want you to realize that there's a happy today on the other end of it, or getting you through it. Um, but if you're not going through something, you can really have a happy today. without going through all of that. And so yeah, it's like, there's like, it's my gift to you, but it's, you know, they're really, that I am starting to embrace, and sometimes I kind of feel like I'm full of myself sometimes, that I'm a gift, that we're all a gift. And the more that we recognize, the more that we are on this journey. So this is me thinking out loud. That's what these meditations are all about. That's what these reflections are. It's reflecting in real time. But the more that I am aware of myself, the more that I can look at the gift, right? And then I, um, wrap the gift up and present it, right? The present, right? I'm present to my gift, and I share that gift, um, my presence with people. Then game on. I am a gift to the world. I am a gift. We are gifts. And so the more, I, I don't know about you, but there's sometimes there is this thing, you wrap something up and it's like a surprise. Nobody knows what the heck it is, and you just kind of go with it. And I think too much of my life has been this. I don't know what this is, but here, here, here you are. Type of thing. Um, but yeah, I don't. Um, I want to be the intentional gift. I want you to I I want to know more about myself, and then kind of present that. And the one thing about the um, presenting practical gifts, or intentional gifts, is that even if my intentions, if there's a gift that is intended to do something, there is more to it. There is more available, and that's um, and I think it goes back to the card that I picked for the day. I am complete. Embrace that for yourself. That even the things that you want to share with people and yourself, and you want to spotlight about yourself, there are still some things. There are still benefits, right, of yourself that we're not aware of yet. And so sometimes people will find those benefits even before us. Have you ever given somebody something and you think, um, this is how they're going to enjoy this, and then they'll say, "Oh, thank you very much. I'm going to use it for this," and it's like, what? It's like, I didn't even think that. I didn't even think that that was possible. That's how we are. We are. There is so much of us that's a gift. That even what we know, there is more to that. So I don't know what that's all about. So yeah, but I think the first thing is to recognize that we're a gift. We are a gift, and what that means. And so I don't know about you, but I I try to get very precise gifts. I try to make sure that it's a relevant gift and all that other kind of stuff. Take that extra time. And sometimes it needs all the wrapping, and sometimes just give it. We're in the process of moving, and they're um, um, put together piles of things, of my stuff, responsibility for my stuff, and there's like things that I'm going to keep, things that I'm going to donate, and things that I'm going to give away. Um, um, it's kind of interesting because there might be things um, that I that I may sell or something. So kind of put in there to kind of help defray some of the cost of that. But I haven't worked that out. But there's still like um, those three um, pals that were but we're working on right now. And I think that recognizing that there are gifts, there is stuff in my life right now that has served me well that no longer serve me because they've served me, right? It's like um, just kind of holding on to this thing that has served you well, and just kind of let it go. And so um, it's not a, it's like the emotional attachment is really not that. Um, I still have the emotion. I have the remembrance of the emotion, so I don't have to be attached to a physical thing about it. You know what I mean? So there are some things that I have the information. I've had the benefit of. I have the emotional awareness of. Now, let it go. And I think too much of my stuff is this attachment that I feel because I'm going to lose the emotions of it. And it's there was this uh, scripture illustration one time that it was that when we're holding on too tightly to something that God has given us, that He can't give us anything else because our hands are closed, open up, so we can let that go, so we can receive something else. Um, and I think this moment is causing me or causing us, because you're a part of this reflection, causing us to not see letting go or surrendering as loss, but as gaining. If we look at surrendering things as gaining, we will let it go. That's why it is, um, there's a benefit in giving than receiving. Because in our giving, we're receiving. We benefit more because we're giving it away, because we're surrendering it. I don't know. I'm going to have to listen to this and watch this again. Hopefully, someone's followed that. So the reason why we get more, it's there's, and I think I'm messing it up, but there is giving more than there's benefit more when we give than receive. Um, if we're if we're always looking to receive, we can't get as much because we got shit, right? So if there is the benefit is that we're constantly in the motion of surrendering, getting and receiving, getting and receiving. The more that we give, I guess my hands are up here. The more that we have this posture of giving, their stuff is coming to us, and it causes us to get the benefit, get the enjoyment, and give it out. So that's because we are complete. We don't need to hang on to shit. Boom, right? Right. So, oh my giveaway pile is getting bigger as we as we speak. But that is, I think if I got anything today, I am complete. I don't need to hold on to shit. I don't need to acquire shit. I don't need to do that because I'm complete. I have it all. I have all I need. Me acquiring stuff, me getting stuff, is just for the emotional benefits of it, but it is not to hold on um, to to feel that I need this, to have this attachment to. Wow, yeah, I think, and it goes to the word of sovereignty. There is a lot of my freedoms that I give up because I have so much shit. From emotional baggage to physical baggage. I lose my independence. I lose my liberty, my movement, because I got so much stuff. sorry if I said shit too much, but it's like that is the reality. So, I am so um, I am so happy about today. But so as this day continues, it is my prayer that we acknowledge um, our completeness, and we are aware of the um, what we're aware of and what we're not aware of. It still doesn't take away of our completeness, um, and that we don't need to hold on to stuff, because we already have the benefits and we already have the emotional awareness of it. Um, so we don't need more, but we get more because there's a posture of giving. So in this day, our happy today is that awareness that we are complete, um, and at the same time getting more awareness of our completeness. Yeah. So join me at 11 a.m. as we have a conversation about our sovereignty, our independence, our liberty, our freedom, our freedom. And it starts with our awareness of self. Happy today, my friends, as I bring together my fears from the past, my disappointments from the past, and my anxiety of my future. I get present to that. It's my prayer to you. Happy today.